Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome back to AFC Game by Game. This is the preview for Saturday's match, 3 p.m. kickoff between Hull City and Arsenal. Going to be a very difficult game from our perspective. We go into it on the back of that 1-1 draw against Paris Saint-Germain, where we saw a lot of rotation within the Arsenal team. And I'm constantly wondering to myself, when are we going to see Arsenal line up with their strongest starting 11? Personally, I don't even think we're going to see it against Hull City. I think we could potentially see the omission of Santi Cazorla from the squad, given that, well, not the squad, but the starting 11, given that he's played quite a lot of games in a row for Arsenal now. I'd have no problems whatsoever with Mohamed Elneny coming in. I don't particularly want to see Francis Coquelin line up in a game of this quality. I don't think it's tailor made for him. I'd like to see us line up with Elneny and Xhaka. I think we're going to dominate possession. Their passing ability should work dividends for us. I don't want to see Oxlade-Chamberlain start again. I want to see us line up with either Alex Iwobi or Theo Walcott on that right hand side, Mesut Ozil through the middle, and then Alexis Sanchez on the left hand side with Olivier Giroud up top. I think that's gonna guarantee us goals, and that is one of our strongest attacks this season. I want to see Theo Walcott prevail. If not, then I want to see Alex Iwobi start. Got very good options on that right hand side in those two if they can both stay fit and both play well. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the other hand was incredibly disappointing against PSG. He's had chances this season. He's not taking them. He's lacking in confidence. Playing him in a game where we've got to be picking up 3 points away from home at a KC. You could argue it's one of our easier fixtures this season, but again, at this stage in the Premier League, it's all about laying down a marker and picking up points in games which you've got to win. And Oxlade-Chamberlain, for me, is not going to guarantee us goals in this game, which I know sounds incredibly harsh, but I think we've got to be going with our strongest attack. Regarding the defence, I think we're going to practically see the same as what we saw in Paris. The only change is going to be obviously Petr Cech coming in for David Ospina, which isn't really warranted given how well Ospina played against PSG. But I think we all know that Petr Cech is going to come back in between the sticks for Arsenal. As I say, Granit Xhaka and Mohamed Elneny in midfield, it's going to guarantee his possession. We're going to have a lot of time on the ball. Their passing ability should work well for us. Then we've got an option such as Santi Cazorla on the bench. And I left it a little bit late in making this preview because I wanted to hear a little bit more about the injury news. Gabriel should be coming back into the Arsenal team, not necessarily for this game, but in the coming weeks, which is a big positive for us, in my opinion. We're getting to a stage in the season now. We've got Champions League games, League Cup games. That busy Christmas period is only a couple of months away. So having a player of Gabriel's quality back in the team is a big bonus for us. Then we've got Rob Holding as well. We've got fantastic options in different positions. The one real worry is Aaron Ramsey still hasn't returned, and we were told that he was going to be back after the international break. We've played a couple of games now after the international break, and he's still not come back. So, it's something that we've heard time and time again with a player such as Aaron Ramsey in particular. But I hope he comes back into the Arsenal team soon because I think Wenger really wants to persist with Xhaka and Ramsey playing in the midfield, and I think that will prove to be one of our strongest midfields, and we may see the best out of Ramsey, similarly to how we got the best out of him when he was lining up alongside Arteta back in 2013-14. But it's annoying that he's not back for a game like this because Ramsey's got a fairly good record against Hull City, as I recall, especially in the FA Cup final back in 2014. But I'm very positive going into this game. It's a hard Hull City team to beat. Mike Phelan definitely warranted manager of the month for August. As I say, things could still go very wrong for them, especially with the size of their squad. They are working very hard and playing for each other in that team, but the size of that squad with the physicality and the demand of the Barclays Premier League, I think that's going to seriously struggle when we get up to Christmas time. They're going to have to bring in new additions at some point because they're having to bring through a lot of youth players and they're playing players out of position. It could prove to be a very torrid season for Hull City, but they've had a fantastic start. I do think we're playing them at a fairly good point. We are catching them on a high, but their players a couple of games into the season now, I think they're going to start tiring out a little bit more. We can take advantage of that with the players that we've got. We've got a very good record over Hull City as well. Last season we beat them 4-0 at the KC. Very odd game, I believe. We had Matthew Flamini playing a right back, Callum Chambers and Nacho Monreal lining up as our centre halves. It was a bit mental, but we got the win, and Hull City seem to be a team that we know how to beat. So I'm excited going into this game. As I say, Hull City have played some fantastic football this season, but I'm confident that we're going to get the win and we're going to get the 3 points. So just to reiterate my starting 11 for this game, I'd like to see Petr Cech lining up in goal, Hector Bellerin, Mustafi Koscielny, Nacho Monreal, Granit Xhaka, Mohamed Elneny, Alex Iwobi or Theo Walcott. I'd be happy with either of them two. Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, and Olivier Giroud. We've got options such as Lucas Perez. Another option that could play potentially on the right or the left wing for us, if not in that striking role. Options here, there, and everywhere. So I'm excited going into this game, and I'm excited to see what lineup will prevail. But I'm hoping it's a team that's definitely capable of beating Hull City, and we don't see Alexis Sanchez start as striker again because Didn't work against PSG, and to be frank, it's not going to work throughout the course of this season. So I hope Arsene Wenger doesn't persist with it, especially heading into this game, which we need to be collecting 3 points in. But just on a final note, I want to thank everyone for their support on my video regarding Arsenal Fan TV. I had a little chuckle today seeing their preview for the game at Hull City. They did make it into somewhat of a short film, so maybe they've seen my video and they've taken note of my thoughts on the company at the moment. But yeah, thanks to everyone that supported that. Fantastic viewing numbers, and fantastic amount of people that have liked it, commented, got involved. I mean, it really makes me feel really quite. I don't know if loved is the right word, but it's great to hear all that support from you guys. Anyway, drop a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy the game tomorrow at the KC Stadium. And as always, I'll be speaking to you very soon.